how is it that I name stuff? And this one can be kind of complex. Sometimes people use naming generators, and that's fine, like a fantasy naming generator. That worked great. But my method, there are 3 ways that I kind of go about doing it. One is weapon plus effect. So you would simply name the weapon and the effect. So hammer of light, okay? Or poisoned dagger, or gravity swords. That's the most simplest way. It's just the weapon and then whatever effect that it has. And you can be creative about naming the effect. The next one is just general descriptors. Like you could call the hammer of light the light bringer, or the poison dagger could be called the vorpal cutter. A vorpal means fatal. So the poisoned blade, right? The vorpal cutter. Or your gravity swords could be called light stealers. Those are general descriptors. So not complex, right? Next is just to give that name of that weapon an individual name, like an actual name, like a person has a name. Like you could call the hammer of light Luxorion, or you could call the poison dagger the blade Sinister, or you could call the gravity swords the event Horizon. So when you think about naming conventions, start with the easiest thing first, like weapon plus the effect. Once you start to feel like, well, what happens if I don't like the weapon effect? I don't like the idea that the weapon's name, Hammer of Light. So instead call it Light Bringer, because it brings light. And if you don't like that, don't like general descriptors, then come up with a name for the weapon that make it pop out. Like you could I use the word lux, Latin for light. So when I think Luxorion, I've put the idea of the light into the individual name, right? But it doesn't have to be like a name like Bob or Sassy or whatever. It could also be like the blade Sinister, which is also kind of a general descriptor, but it has an interesting name to it, right? Or the event Horizon.